Hey there guys, I'm SonicGhost and welcome back to some more Let's Play Banjo-Tooie. Last time, we started to explore our first world here in the game, Mayahem Temple, and here we're actually in front of Targitzan's temple in particular. We were told about Targitzan in the last episode after we got back one of his treasures stolen from some cavemen. So we've heard about the guy, let's go ahead and enter his temple and meet him in person. So, entering the temple here, we kind of have a bit of a problem. The door is locked. Halt! No one enters until they have learned the ancient art of bird handling. Gee, I wonder what that means. Perhaps that jam jars bozo can tell us. Yeah, so unfortunately, Targitzan locks the front door until we learn a special move. So we're gonna have to leave here for now, because we don't know the art of bird handling, as Targitzan puts it. I didn't think that was a far enough drop to take fall damage, but whatever. It's not too big of a deal. Luckily for us, the move we need to learn to get into the temple is right outside of the temple, so that's convenient. Here's a move that's a load of fun. Now I'll use Kazooie as a handheld gun. LT or RT fires an egg, both high and low. Targitzan's temple, in you can go. That'll be all. Dismissed. So I didn't mention this in the last episode, but Jam Jars takes over the rhyming duties of this game, now that Grunty doesn't rhyme at all. And the weird thing is, the rhymes don't translate that well to the Xbox 360 version, and that's simply because of the button prompts being different. So some rhymes may not sound as natural as they did in the N64 version, but that's just a translation issue because of the controller. Good. I see you mastered the art of bird handling. I now challenge you to collect the sacred statues and find your prize. Yeah, so now that we can go ahead and use Kazooie as a gun, basically, we can enter Targitzan's temple here, and as he put it, we need to collect these statues in order to earn a prize. Now, the thing is here, we have 20 statues in total we need to collect in order to actually do everything in Targitzan's temple. We need 10 statues to open one door, and 20 to open another. There are more than 20 statues in this place, so you don't have to collect every single one you see, but I do want to collect as many as we can, just to make things easier. So here I'm going to go ahead and go into my aiming sights and try to shoot this statue in the head, which is a little awkward to do. If you want to be honest, these controls didn't really translate that well to the 360 version of Banjo-Tooie, because in the N64 version, you would aim with the stick and then strafe with the C buttons. In this game, on the other hand, you move with the left stick and you aim with the right stick, which includes down your sights. So aiming is a little bit weirder in this version because of that, because the aiming was handled by the joystick in the N64 version in general. But here, on the other hand, it's handled by two sticks. Not bad, mortal. 10 statues gain you entry to the slightly sacred chamber. Yeah, so now we have 10 of these. We opened up our first door, but we don't want just a slightly sacred chamber. We want the other door as well, so we need to collect more of these statues. So for now, we're just going to be exploring more of Targitzan's temple and seeing what we can find. But to go back on these controls, like I mentioned earlier, these controls I feel don't really translate that well to the 360 version, just mainly because of aiming. Moving around I don't really have much of a problem with these controls, but it's the aiming that I have major problems with. The aiming itself feels very awkward, especially because we still have that whole cursor snaps back to the center of the screen issue. So aiming doesn't feel as natural as other shooters, but you do get used to it after a while. Again, these controls definitely did feel better on the N64 version, but they work fine enough on the Xbox 360 version. Kind of wish that those controllers did have some extra grooves in the joystick like the N64 or GameCube controller joysticks have, because without those little notches on the joystick itself, it does make aiming slightly harder in this game. Since I'm playing this using Rare Replay and the Xbox One, I have the Xbox One joysticks to deal with here, which are good joysticks, but you don't really have the extra grip that something like the GameCube controller joystick can give you. So it makes aiming slightly more awkward in this game, which again takes some time to get used to, but it's more of you gotta get used to the controller. Most impressive, mortal. 20 statues gain you entry to my really sacred chamber. So yeah, we collected 20 statues, so now we can go ahead and enter both chambers actually. Now, both of these doors are open, and you would think they would just lead to one place and the other door leads to another. But no, both of these doors actually lead to the same area. The first door you go into, doesn't matter if it's on the left or the right side, will gain you entrance to the slightly sacred chamber. And then the second door you enter will take you to the really sacred chamber. So you can pick either door and it'll lead you to the same place. You never have much of a choice in that matter. And that was mainly done just so you can go ahead and get that Jiggy first before you actually confront Targitzan. So now that we collected the Jiggy, I want to make my way back over to these golden eggs we've seen earlier and pick them up now. These golden eggs give us unlimited eggs to use for a short amount of time. So I actually want to take these into the really sacred chamber. And you'll see why here in just a moment. Look, Banjo, there's another Jiggy. This is just too easy. Yep. We'll have the game finished in no time. Oh, mortal. Thought you'd get another Jiggy that easily, eh? I am Targitzan, mighty Mayahem god of target shooting. Prepare to meet thy dart-filled doom. So this is Targitzan, the boss of World 1. Just gotta shoot the targets and destroy his centerpieces. Oh, I can't feel my legs anymore. Get him, you worthless Morgies. So after you destroy one of his bases, he'll send out his minions trying to kill you. But they're really not that hard to kill. And especially because we came in here with these golden eggs. We can just rapid fire these things and just kill things so fast. These golden eggs are really, really powerful against this boss. So really all we need to do is just strafe around the boss and just hit his targets. His darts really aren't that hard to dodge, but every time you take out one of his bases, he will send out more mooks to kill you. So at the end here, we got 4 mooks to go ahead and kill, but we took out all of Targitzan's bases, so now he's down to 0 health. At this point, all we need to do is kill his mooks, and then the boss will be dead. No! You've beaten me! Now, suffer as I invoke my sacred self-destruct. So as he's self-destructing, just hide behind one of these stone slabs, and as you can see, it took out the stone slab, so that's why we hid. Targitzan's self-destruct has more dart shooting out of him, so you want to hide behind the stones in order to protect yourself. Luckily though, those things are not a one-hit KO, so if you do find yourself getting hit by one of those darts, it will do one thing of damage. Just make sure you're not on your last hit by the time he does the self-destruct, because that will definitely kill you. But that was the boss, and everything now is all complete here in Targitzan's temple. So let's just go ahead and make our way out of here. Go ahead and grab myself an extra honeycomb piece just to fill back up my life. After getting hit by one of the mooks, I just want to make sure I'm at full health. But yeah, now we're done here, so let's go ahead and make our way out the front door. Before we leave this lobby, let's go ahead and grab some extra eggs, put me back at 100. It's always nice to have a full arsenal of eggs, just to be safe. But yeah, that was that. So now, let's go ahead and make our way over to a warp point here, because now I actually want to make our way over to a different area. I want to make our way over to Wumba's wigwam here. And before we actually explore that said wigwam, I'm going to go ahead and make my way over here to this pyramid structure. Now, in the last episode, we used the golden statue of this world to kick open this door so we can actually enter this area, and we're in the code chamber. This is where you activate my cheats. Stand on this podium if you want to know how. You must spell out the cheat code I have given you. Use the left stick to move the aiming sight, and press LT or RT to fire. Aim carefully though. If you hit a wrong letter, you'll have to start again. So this has the same aiming control throughout the game, which means the stick will center back, which can make entering these codes a little bit annoying. But if we shoot one of these, we're not going to get any results. That's not how you spell one of my cheats. I'm afraid you have to start with the first letter again. Yeah, so because we don't have any cheat codes to use right now, we can't really do anything in the code chamber. But once we do start getting cheats from Cheeto, we'll make our way back into this area and just enter the cheats. So we'll actually be coming back to World 1 quite a lot in the game. But now I want to climb on top of this temple. And as you can see here, we got a Jiggy just sitting next to the snake. But if we try to run up to it, snake will just eat said Jiggy. Thought you steal Slumber's gold while he slept, did ya? Well, yes, to be honest. But I heard you coming, clumsy bear. Oh. So now if you want that Jiggy to be back on the ground, we gotta leave here. And then the snake will go ahead and spit it out. Splendid. They seem to have gone. Must get some more sleep. So we need to go ahead and sneak here very carefully, which is very awkward as shown in the last episode. We gotta move very, very slow, and if I barely move my finger on this joystick, then I'm gonna go ahead and just fail this whole sneaking process. But I can go ahead and do some clever movement to get this Jiggy without sneaking at all. So, jumping out of Kazooie's Talon Draw and then immediately attacking the air, it'll propel me far enough forward to grab the Jiggy without hitting the ground. So, I can easily grab that Jiggy without waking up the snake at all. And that's that. Climbing this ledge will give me another Cheeto page, which is nice. So now I got 3 Cheeto pages, and we're done this portion on the map. So let's go ahead and make our way back over to where the warp point here is. Instead of using said warp point, we're going to go ahead and make a left. And as we climb up these stairs, we got a big old tent here to go ahead and explore. First things first, I want to go ahead behind the tent and find ourselves another Globo. So I want this Globo because as we enter here, you'll see why we need to use this Globo. Big heat welcome, the Baron Bird. I'm Banjo, and my feather friend is Kazooie. Be Humba Wumba, best magic person on island. We heard that Mumba was the best. Not true. Mumbo amateur, Wumba best. You bring Globo magic creatures here. You have Globo. Want to give to Hubba? Oh, of course. Sure. I'll just throw it in. Magic ready. Jump in Wumba pool. Let's go ahead and do so. If we jump into Wumba's pool here, we'll be transformed from a Baron Bird into a new creature. Wumba call this Stony. Use left stick to move, and press X for big heat barge attack. Jump back in Wumba pool when want to be Baron Bird again. So, Wumba here takes over the transformation role from Banjo-Kazooie. Mumbo was the one in the first game to transform Banjo-Kazooie into multiple things. But in Banjo-Tooie, we need to use Wumba for this, as Mumbo now is a controllable character. He can't really transform us. Under the strong rocks, you will find many surprises. Well, that's a little cryptic, but sure, I'll remember that for later. Well, let's go ahead and make our way over to the prison compound, because as you can tell now, we can go ahead and interact with these little stone statues throughout the land as a Stony. And talking to this one here in particular is a very important thing. To free the trapped one, a star must appear before the sun rises. Another star appears, followed by 2 moons. Does that help? I think so. So, that guy actually just told us a code. So if we make our way over to the stone door, we can go ahead and use that code we just learned to actually activate this door. So, let's go ahead and enter the code of star, sun, star, moon, moon. Entering in that code will open up the door. This code is different on every playthrough, so you will need to use your Stony here to get the code. Hello, my little rabbit friend. Eek! Me, Dilberta! Was out looking for gold when that boulder fell down and trapped me in here. I suppose you expect us to move it. Eek! If you wouldn't mind. Well, unfortunately for you, buddy, I can't really move this rock as a Stony. Even as Banjo-Kazooie, we can't move that rock right now, so this is something we'll have to come back to later. As of right now, that's pretty much just out of the question. So, Actually, let's go ahead and get back onto this warp pad here and warp out to right in front of the entrance to the world. For starters, if you try to leave as a transformation, you'll get this message. Humble magic not work if go through there. Only Bear and Bird can leave. So if you try to leave a world with a transformation, you just won't be allowed to. So don't try leaving a world with transformation, it just won't matter. So, as a Stony, we can actually do a couple more things here in the world. We don't just talk to those stone statues, but there is something else we can do. There's a certain area over here we haven't explored yet, and if we came into the said area as Banjo-Kazooie, we wouldn't really be allowed to do anything. We would just get told, hey, no bears allowed, basically. So, right here where this orange tiger is, we actually want to go ahead and talk to him as a Stony, because as a Stony, he'll let us inside. Let's go ahead and take out this guy first, because he hit me. I'm not a fan of that. Get him out of here. So, I want to go ahead and actually talk to this guy first before we enter that building, see what he has to say. Shoot the giant stone ones between the eyes. That's something we already kind of figured out on our own. You shoot those giant stone statues between the eyes, and they will be stunned. I'm Banjo the Stony. Can I come in and play? I don't know. That backpack looks kind of familiar. Are you saying we're a bear and bird in an elaborate disguise? Trying to cheat our way in? Yep, it's pretty obvious. But they're a bit short on players, so you might as well go in anyway. Yeah, so we did come here as Banjo-Kazooie. He would just tell us to shoo, and he would remember us. So you kind of get a little different dialogue if you don't come here as Banjo-Kazooie. It's a little weird, but it's fine. This is the training area. You may consult any of the washed-up player coaches for advice. Well, that's a nice way to put it. Here's my advice, Sonny. Try to come in first. Wowie, we never would have thought of that. I reckon you should score lots of points. I think we could have worked that one out for ourselves. Use the left stick to move, LT and RT to kick the ball, and X to barge. Kick the balls into your goal to score 2 points. Does that help? Not sure, we'll soon find out. Yeah, so it does help out a lot actually. Shows us the basic controls. We already know about the tackling move, but the fact that we can kick these balls in general, we didn't really know how to just yet. And now knowing we have to kick them into our own goal is very interesting. It's a different way to play soccer, or football known in other territories. Welcome to the Mayahem Amateur Kickball Championship. You may enter the quarterfinals, but I advise you to take a little training downstairs first. No joke's on you, buddy. We already went down there and trained. So, let's go ahead and enter the quarterfinals. Hey, Whack! Who's the ugly new guy? May the best Stony win. Oh, I got called ugly. Now I'm gonna just annihilate you guys. I'm not gonna let you guys get a single point. Okay, but maybe I'm gonna let you get a couple points. You gotta have at least some pity points in there. So, the goal here is to score as many points as possible before the timer hits 0. And just like how we learned in the training, we want to go ahead and kick balls into our own goal to score points. 1 ball equals 2 points, but you don't want to kick them into a wall because that'll actually destroy the balls. Luckily for us though, the first game is pretty easy because everyone just kind of groups up together. So it makes things easier and you only have to worry about one type of ball to go ahead and kick in your goals. Later games will change things up here a bit. Now I kind of feel bad for purple. Here, have another point. There we go. We won our first game. Very, very easy to win the quarterfinals. You won your quarterfinal. Move on to the semifinals. Alright, let's go ahead and enter the semifinals and just see how much more difficult they make it. Those shorts look stupid. May the best Stony win. And these guys just want to keep on insulting me. You guys are rude. So this game introduces the red balls, which now, if you kick these into your goal or an opponent's goal, they'll lose a point. So we want to go ahead and obviously kick the yellow balls into our goal whenever we can. But if we have a free moment, we can go ahead and grab a red ball and kick into an opponent's goal just to make them lose some points. But now, because of this, we have a different type of ball spawning on the field, so it'll make actually scoring a little bit harder because there's going to be less score-based balls appearing on the field for you. So that's a little bit annoying, but luckily for us, it's still not too big of a deal. This game isn't that much more difficult adding in a subtract feature. You just go ahead, kick some red balls into your opponents to just even up the score a bit. And as long as you keep on collecting points, then you should be fine. That's the semifinals now in the bag. You won your semifinal. The Mayahem Kickball final begins. Alright, well, only one more game left. Let's go ahead and enter the finals. You've no chance of becoming champion. May the best Stony win. So in the finals here, we introduce one more type of ball, bombs. These bombs here, you can go ahead and kick into your opponents to stun them for a short amount of time. You want to be careful not to get hit by a bomb yourself because of just how long you're stunned for. Now, unfortunately, I do find the finals kind of difficult, more or less because of the ball spawning. As you can see here, we're getting terrible luck with these spawns. There's just barely anything spawning around us. We don't even have any points yet. We're down to 20 seconds. And unfortunately for me, I don't think I'm winning this game simply just because there's no points here in the field. So that's not good. I don't know what those guys are doing. They're just having a fun time down there. So I unfortunately lost this. Doesn't really matter what I do. So I can just kind of screw around at this point. That was a terrible game. We barely seen any yellow balls around us. So that didn't work out. So I guess now I'll just cut ahead until we win. That was a much better game compared to last time. Actually, we had the yellow ball spawn next to me. That's way better. I declare you the new Mayahem Kickball champion. I'm too choked up for words. There you go. We won, giving us a Jiggy. So, now with that Jiggy in hand, let's go ahead and use this warp point and make our way back to Wumba's house and transform back into Banjo-Kazooie. We're done now as a Stony. There's nothing else we can really do as the guy, so there's really not much left of this world. In fact, there's really only one more thing we can actually explore. So, let's go ahead and jump back in the Wumba's pool and transform back into Banjo-Kazooie. This Wumba magic not need global next time. Bear change for free. Well, that's good to know. So if we ever need to transform back into a Stony, we can jump back into that pool and transform back with no charge. So now let's make our way over to the prison compound because in here, I want to go ahead and just explore this area a tiny bit more because there is some more stuff I can go ahead and do. Go ahead and jump up here for starters. Grab me some feathers because why not? But let's go ahead and grab this ledge and climb over to the left side here, because there's some quicksand down there, and if we try to run through there Banjo-Kazooie, we won't really be able to make it. So, we go ahead and grab ourselves these wading boots. We can actually jump into the quicksand and traverse in here no problem. You can't even use the invincibility move. Wonder Wing will do nothing here. But, I want to go ahead and grab myself this Jiggy, giving us 11, and now jump into the quicksand. This is a much faster way to get to the other side. Jumping in the quicksand on the side where the Jiggy is, for some reason, spits you back out to where the warp pad is. Very convenient for us. It was just a nice fast travel option. But there you go. That's another Jiggy down. So, let's climb our way back up here. And this time, let's make our way over to the right side. But for starters, I'm going to zoom out my camera a little bit just to make it a little bit easier to see that guy on the ceiling. So, that guy's dead. Let's go ahead now, and after we're climbing over, get back onto a Kazooie just to make things a little bit faster. If we make our way through this cave, as we see, we got ourselves a Cheeto page. Now, There is this Jiggy over here that we can see, but we can't actually get to it because now we have another rock here blocking the way. We can't move this rock or destroy it right now, so that is something we'll have to do later. So at this point, we pretty much did everything we can in Mayahem Temple. There's really nothing left for us to do. And in fact, I'm going to go ahead and swim out here. And now, once we're on dry land, I just want to go ahead and pause the game and go over to our totals. So this is broken up into 3 different pages in the Xbox 360 version. I want to go ahead down here to view totals in particular. And as you can see, we have ourselves pretty much everything but 1 Jinjo and 9 out of 10 Jiggies. There's that 1 Jiggy we couldn't get. We'll get this Jinjo on the way out, but everything else is now collected. We can also, here in the Xbox 360 version in particular, go into the help and options screen for an extra thing added to this version. Jiggy tips. This menu here actually shows you hints for every single Jiggy in a said world, and it tells you if you collected that Jiggy or not. So this makes 100% completing this game so much easier. These are hints you can actually read in Jiggy Wiggy's temple, but now you can read whenever you want when you're in said world. These Jiggy tips only work for these worlds that you're in, so you can't view the Mayahem Temple hints if you're not in Mayahem Temple, so keep that in mind. But yeah, there you go. That's everything we pretty much have now collected in this world besides that 1 Jinjo I mentioned. So let's go ahead and grab him and then make our way out of here, because we're done. There's nothing else we can do, so we might as well just explore more of this land later on. So yeah, I want to go ahead first show off that little thing I technically didn't show yet, this little dialogue. Because as you can see, the Jinjo's just right up there. We're going to go ahead and grab that Jinjo on the way out. Stop right there. What do you want? We want to go in there, as it sounds cool. Of course it's cool. Everyone wants to see the stony kickball games. Stand aside then, bozo. We'll miss the action. Bozo? I'm Officer Gopaz, and there ain't no tickets left. They sold out while you were playing Banjo-Kazooie. We don't want to watch. We're here to kick butt and win. Nice try, but I'm afraid you can't. The games are only open to stonies. Oh, go on, please. Nope. How about a bribe? How dare you? This is a respectful organization. Get lost, both of you. Well, joke's on you. We already went in there and won the kickball games. Too bad you didn't realize that one, huh? That guy with the backpack, yeah, a little familiar. Kinda did a weird time paradox thing there, but it don't matter because we won. That's all that matters in my opinion. And we technically do have that warp pad activated in there, so we could always enter that area as Banjo-Kazooie, but we don't need to. Well, now we got ourselves the Orange Jinjo family complete, so that's another Jiggy in our arsenal. But now doing a beat bomb out of there in style, we're done with World 1, and we're back out here in the Isle of Hags. So now with that area all completed for now, I'm going to go ahead and end the episode on that note. Next time on Let's Play Banjo-Tooie, we'll go ahead and make our way over the Jiggy Wiggy's temple and see if we can open up another world for us to explore. I'll see you guys next time.